feels like it's been forever. It's probably just going to be a short stream. I kind of actually just wanted to test a few things out. I did a subtle thing to my microphone, which most people might not even be able to notice. However, I can notice it a lot. I'm also testing out a new chair. So we'll just do that. And technically speaking, the less amount of people, the better. Seriously, for real. This is actually more about the comfort of me sitting in my chair, seeing what it would look like, and seeing how my microphone sounds. But most importantly, how does this game run on my PC while I'm streaming? Because again, I've talked about this a million times before. It's never going to end. When you stream a game, it takes a lot of stress on your computer. Oh. We're not doing too good. I gotta ignore the chat just for a minute until I'm safely in the air. So I'm in New Zealand, in case you're wondering. Let me just kind of turn around. Make sure I'm safe. And then we'll go ahead with the chit-chatting. I just got a new bird today. And now I'm trying to train it. Train it, I mean, I'm guessing. How's it going there, Stocky Rocky? Lightning. I remember you. How's it going? Indeed. Outright leader. No, I couldn't play that game, actually. You know why I couldn't play War Thunder? Because I can't stand that game. I'm an asshole. I'm incredibly picky when it comes to video games. My streams have never done well. They will probably never do well. So it won't really matter what game I play. It's not like it's going to make the stream poppin', you know what I mean? So I might as well, with all due respect, play something I actually enjoy, rather than playing something that's somewhat popular. I had a little bit of a dip there. Yeah, I find... So, I've talked about this before on my YouTube channel, even though I do, you know, decent. I'm doing a lot better than I thought I ever could. And I get paid every month. My average everyday videos don't get that many views at all. My gameplay videos are the ones that do the worst of everything. But at the same time, just because I'm not doing well with them doesn't mean I'm not going to do them. I still enjoy doing them. But I think I'm going to stop playing so many different games and I'm going to stick to simulator-like games. So, American Truck Simulator, Skater XL, Farming Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Although I don't own the game, it's on Game Pass. I paid $1 for 3 months, so I got 3 months to play this game. And because I invested a big chunk of money into my computer with an SSD, I have the room to install this. So I might as well just play it. As you could tell, 30 frames a second for the most part. It's running pretty decent. So I thought, you know what? What the heck? Yeah. I mean, War Thunder's not a bad game. That's the problem, though, is there's too many fun games. There's only 24 hours in a day, but I keep myself so busy every day that I barely have enough time for myself. I don't even have enough time to do everything I want to do. Between working out, walking, playing guitar, all this kind of stuff, it's very overwhelming. So if I were to play every little game that I like, I would never sleep and I still wouldn't have enough time to do everything I want to do. Scattered clouds, eh? Let's do a little rain action. Just to kind of whatever. Yeah, anime can be pretty cool. I never watch it. Again, don't have time. I barely have time to do anything I want to do. But sometimes at night, I will watch a few shows here and there. Okay, so maybe the rain wasn't the best. Because now all we see is gray. It's not all that exciting. And I want to make sure I don't crash either. Yeah, I can't really tell if I'm crashing or that's not a good sign. Overcast, that's kind of cool. Let's just do scattered clouds with lightning and precipitation. Because, you know, we can change time and all that like it's nothing. Mm-hmm. Has anybody here ever played this game at all? Microsoft Flight Simulator? There we go. I like this plane because it's easy to maneuver, it's small. The sound of the plane isn't annoying. No, you've never played this game? Nah, would it? Well, if it makes you feel better, I got a near 7-year-old computer, and I'm rocking this bitch on high 30 FPS. Yeah. Oh, you're playing it right now? Don't get shot now. But yeah, this game is just relaxing. Like I said, I predominantly wanted to do this stream just for a little bit. Because it had been a while. I kind of needed a mental break. Oh, you're studying? And my computer hasn't been doing all that well. But I kind of wanted to see what the performance was going to be like with me playing this game while I'm streaming it. With having my camera and all that. Again, I'm in New Zealand if you're curious. Like in the game, that is, not in real life. But it just seems to look good. It runs really smooth. You can see a rainbow. Oh, I know you want to see it. You want to see some, you want to see some of that. Don't even lie. You know you want to see me crash. Oh. Inside it's a little bit more quiet. A little bit more dramatic when you turn like that. Holy cow. That's something. It's a slow plane, but it's one of those sounds that's not overly annoying. Maybe some other time if I stream again, I'll try a different plane and I'll show you what I mean. Some other planes are a little bit overbearing. You almost have to lower the volume of the actual plane engine itself. Right now it's 2 a.m. Nice. Where is it 2 a.m. right now? Important exam. Oh, sounds good. Oh, you're in Germany, eh? Take care. Thanks for stopping by. I just love seeing the lightning. Again, the lighting and everything, it's just so cool. Oh, you're in the oh yeah, in the Middle East. Yeah. I might be in Canada, but let me tell you, we're hitting some hot weather up in Canada. 50 degrees Celsius, the big 50. That shit will rival the weather that you get in the Middle East, let me tell you. I flew there the last time, actually, in Microsoft Flight Sim. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I just thought for streaming that I might come up with a bit of a theme Even though I might play different games, when there's a new game that comes out, I'll probably play it, whatever that game is. It could be golf, it could be like a Grand Theft Auto kind of game, Skyrim, you know, like those kinds of games, right? Witcher 3, when they first come out, just to kind of showcase them. But overall, all in all, for just like random casual streaming gameplay, I'm probably going to stay away from the MMORPGs and kind of just play those on my own. It's a lot less distracting. This is the kind of game that I can very easily just look at the chat. It's not like I'm going to hit a tree, right? I might get zapped by lightning, but... American Truck Simulator, you got to be careful, though, because you're on a road, driving a big truck. But it's a lot more laid back than the likes of, like, Call of Duty. You see what I'm saying? Oh, nice. You're African-Canadian. That's cool. How do you enjoy living in the Middle East? I'm assuming you're living somewhere that's not war-torn and not too unsafe. Let me try and bring this plane up a little bit. Again, I'm probably not going to be streaming for too long. I kind of wanted to test stuff out. Overall. And it seems to be doing pretty good. I didn't think I'd be able to stream on high settings because I've got this cranked up. The graphics are cranked. And like I said, I'm on a 7-year-old potato except for my graphics card. And I'm streaming, and I got a DSLR camera. Like, wow. That is on the same computer. I'm streaming from the same computer and playing this game on. That's a big deal. And again, it's pretty smooth. I mean, look at that. There's not really a heck of a lot of frame dipping going on. And there's some nice effects going on as well with the rainbow, the lighting, all the clouds, the storms. But it's handling it. And that's basically what I wanted to test. It ain't bad. It's really good. The internet service is great. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I have a few friends over the years that have lived in the Middle East, but they left because the area they were in was war-torn, and it was, like, very dangerous. And they were just like, let's just move to North America. They're like, let's move to the U.S. And then I joked and I said, I don't know if the U.S. is much safer than the Middle East. I said, you come to Canada, much safer here. It's not perfect, but I mean, with all due respect, I wouldn't live anywhere else. And I'm French, from France. I wouldn't live in Europe. I'm not saying it's a bad place. I'm just saying I'm enjoying Canada. Yes, they were. They were, yeah. It was really bad. Like near Syria, I believe it was. Like on the outskirts of that, and it's like... It's sad that we live in a world where there's some areas that are just not safe for people to just live and mind their own business. It's absolutely ridiculous. But, you know. Oh, yeah. For sure. Yes, it is. Very much so. It's sad that it has to be like that because the Middle East is beautiful. Hey, Blues, how's it going? Well, that's good. Yeah, so Blues, it's been a while. Thought I'd give you a quick little recap. It's not like I've been doing anything all that interesting. I just needed a mental break. A lot of people don't get this. They're like, dude, you're on disability. You don't work. You got all day. You got all day, bro. And I'm like, yeah, no. Don't bro me if you don't know me, because you clearly don't. And then I tell these people, I don't just sit at my computer all day, you know? I don't. I exercise, I walk, I play guitar, I do stuff around the house. I just spent the past half hour cleaning, you know, like the kitchen, gotta take out the garbage, all that shit, mow the lawn. Right? Like, just life in general. People think, oh, he's on disability. He doesn't work. He just sits there all day with a thumb up his ass. How is he always so pressed for time? If you shadowed me for a day, you'd be like, and so that's what he's doing. Okay, now I get it. You would totally understand after one day. So basically, it wasn't a rage quit. It was just one of those things where, oh, I'm getting off track. I suppose I'll follow the river. And it's quieter inside the cockpit. I was getting burnt out. I work so hard on YouTube, and essentially, my time is precious. I wanted to play more guitar, just relax. For a year and a half, I streamed 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. How many people are in my live stream right now? Go ahead, it's okay. I won't take offense to it. There's fucking 3 people in here. And I'm like 20 subscribers away from 16,000 subscribers, and I got 3 motherfuckers in here. And sometimes I'm very lucky, and I'll get some very generous donations, and, hey, no problem. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. And see, now we're back down to 2. It's like you and me. It's like a private stream. So it was one of those things where it was like, yes, I enjoy streaming, and the fact that I've been streaming for a year and a half as hard as I've been going, with like next to no return, I was doing it because it's fun. But then it started to come to a point where I was having more fun playing on my own because I didn't have to look at the chat. You might be thinking to yourself, but I thought you said nobody comes in your streams, right? But I still have to look. If there's 2 people, 3 people, there could be a lot going on. It's not like just doing a regular upload. Regular upload is a lot more relaxing. I don't have to look at a second screen. I don't have to see what people are doing or any of that kind of stuff, right? And one day went to 2 days, went to 3 days, and I was like, so this is what it's like. This is what it's like, okay. And it basically was just one of those, I almost forgot what it was like to enjoy gaming when I'm not recording, when I'm not live streaming, when I just have time to myself, me, myself, and I. And I missed it so much. It was very immersive. It was a lot of fun. And then 3 days went to a week went to 2 weeks, and then I was like, do I even want to come back? No offense. I mean, like I said, a million times, there is an ulterior motive. Of course I enjoy doing this. I wouldn't have done this for a year and a half for no reason. But at the end of the day, I gotta bring in the dineros. The mucho dinero. Because la comida muy buena. It's nice when you can eat and feed yourself. Disability don't pay that much. You gotta hustle. Gotta make that money. Without breaking the law, which is something I used to do when I was younger. So now I'm within the law. This is legal. And I get paid for it. Not handsomely, but I'm getting paid. But live streaming is probably just never something that's going to take off. I could have the best personality. I could be the funniest guy. It does not matter. The fact of the matter is, I've been doing this shit for like 18 fucking months. How many people are in here? Exactly. But that's the reality, right? I know people with 2,000 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. They bring in 50, 60 people in their live stream. I'm not butthurt by it because some of the people are cool. Some of the people that I watch are useless as tits on a bull. And Like I said, I'm an asshole. I'm very blunt. There are people out there that are useless. They don't have a special talent. They're no better than I am. But they're incredibly successful. So that's why I don't, look at myself in the mirror and go, what's wrong with me? Why can't I bring in more than 3 people? I don't think that at all. Absolutely not at all. Like I said, I've watched some people that pull in 1,000, 2,000 people per stream. And I'm like, wow. Suddenly I actually feel better about myself. They're getting 2,000 or 3,000 people. I'm getting 2 or 3 people in my stream. But I immediately feel better about myself. Because I'm like, that's my competition? Are you fucking kidding me right now? And I'm like, wow, I've got nothing to worry about. Because at first I was a little bit worried. Not anymore. I haven't been worried in a long time. Hey, how's it going, William? I did streaming for a couple of years, and the content creation thing is a lot more complex than people think. Yeah, there's a lot more to me just sitting my fat ass in a chair, rocking back and forth, flopping my gums into a microphone. And I do treat this as my job. Right? It becomes very difficult because there's a huge influx of people doing the same shit. Oh, look, it's some other fat prick sitting in a chair rambling on about how the world is so terrible and he's playing a video game. Guys, come check this out. I've never seen anything like it before. And that's where your personality comes in. But that'll only get you so far anyways. When you do something, you never stop, you never miss a beat, and you're consistent, but the shit doesn't grow, there's one of two things. Keep doing it because you enjoy it. But there's also the thing of people that quit too early aren't the ones that reap the big rewards. Hey, Rix, how's it going? Thank you. Hey, Optic Gamer, how you doing? So that's essentially what it is. I am a lot different than the average person that streams. A lot of people don't like that. I'm not your conventional streamer. And I don't want to be. I want to share nothing with those people except their bank account. Right? Remember, if I was well off, I wouldn't be so concerned about money. But ultimately, in the end, I gotta survive. I have a goal. I'm, in my early 40s. I've been at this shit for 2.5 years. I don't want to fucking die and still be on goddamn disability. Fuck that shit. So I'm already halfway to replacing my disability with this bullshit right here. So I know that it's possible. I've studied other YouTubers, and there's a lot of great talent out there. I don't always want to make it sound like, oh, everybody's crap. That's not what I'm saying. But there is a lot of crap out there. A lot of stuff that is just fluff. It's just, oh, there's some other dude doing some random bullshit. But he's incredibly successful at it, and he's not doing anything impressive. That's what actually gives me hope. You see what I'm saying? It's like, if this guy can do it, why can't I? This guy's no better than me. I'm not saying I'm better than him either, though. Right? So it's not a narcissism thing. It's knowing that I'm worth more than what I'm getting right now. I'm not saying PewDiePie level here. I'm saying, like, just enough to be able to call my worker one day and be like, you know what? Thanks for all the money, but I'm done now. I'm self-sufficient, on my own, and I kind of don't need you anymore. Thank you. Goodbye. That's my goal. My goal is to replace my disability with this shit right here. Not necessarily make more money, but just replace it. So whatever I'm getting now, replace it, but with just this as my only source of income. I know people that do that in 2 or 3 days. I just want to be able to do it in 30 days. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not being greedy. Oh, I've played this before about a year ago. Yeah, it is. So that's exactly it. It's the grind. No, I'm in New Zealand right now. So it is a big grind. Some motivational shit coming up right now. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Colonel Sanders. Hugely successful, right? KFC. Everybody knows KFC. You want to hear a cool story about KFC that you may have not heard before? Did you know that KFC's recipe, like Colonel Sanders, did you know he got rejected over 1,000 times? Over 1,000 times. Everywhere he went, people were like, nah, this ain't it, dude. I mean, they probably didn't call him dude, but you get the idea. They're like, this ain't it. He's like, oh, okay. Goes somewhere else, just keeps getting rejected over and over. Literally, it's been actually mathematically calculated. It was literally around 1,000 fucking times that he got rejected. Now you can't go anywhere without seeing his fucking restaurant everywhere. Kentucky Fried Chicken. 1,000 times. How many people would try to approach or pitch their business to someone? Over 1,000 different people keep getting rejected and going, no, I know I got it. I just got to find someone who's smart enough to get what I'm doing here. Usually after 1,000 times, it's like, it's not going to happen. But it happened for him. Right? So, let me just pause this for a minute, because it's relaxing when I pause. I don't think I could do YouTube as a job myself. Owning your own business sounds really stressful. Yeah, oh yeah, KFC. Apparently, Red Dead Redemption 1's map is every state that is an American trip. Interesting. Yeah, so I'm just kind of pausing it for a minute because, like I said, I wasn't going to make this stream too long. The main point of this stream was, well, I felt like it. Had been a while. Wanted to come in for a bit. I want to try out my new chair. I did something on my microphone. I tweaked a VST that I have in my microphone. And I want to talk about that really quick because it's really cool. You guys watch YouTube, obviously, for the people that are in here. There's like about 9 or 10 people in here. Yeah, nothing exciting. And when you talk and people are like, oh, check this out. Or they're like, those kinds of sounds, they're called plosives. And they're called sibilant sounds. It's called someone having a lot of sibilance. And when you touch, and it could be really fucking piercing. You could have someone who's got like a really nice voice. They're like, today we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to go to Sydney, Australia. And you're like, eh. And it just kills your fucking ears. So I spent a couple of hours, and I don't know if you can tell the difference. But now when I say those sounds, the shouldn't, well, I mean, I'm exaggerating it now. It shouldn't be as piercing. It shouldn't be like you're trying to dodge a bullet every time you hear it. Your eardrums should be more thankful right now. Like, I've always sounded good, not to brag. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I spent a lot of time, like I said, giving back to where I got money from. I spent a lot of money on my microphone, good quality, studying the EQ, you know, getting a proper audio interface, you know, proper lighting, everything looks and sounds good. But one thing I always struggled with was what's called the sibilance, like I said. And I don't know if you could tell or if you're noticing it now, how it's less percussive, or whatever word you want to use, less piercing. I don't know if you can tell, or maybe you just never could tell to begin with. Some people aren't as sensitive to it. I'm very sensitive to it, and when I would listen back to my own commentary, because I watch myself a lot, and I've joked about this before. I know it sounds very narcissistic, but I want to look for nuances. I'm not going to learn if I'm watching Markiplier. I'm not going to learn if I'm watching PewDiePie or Jacksepticeye. I'm going to learn if I watch myself and go, I don't like that. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? Why am I saying this a lot? that kind of stuff. Is there anything going on that I don't like? And the number one thing that stuck out to me, again, was the sibilance, but I could never get it under control because it's incredibly difficult. At least for me it is, because I have to figure everything out on my own. It's not like I'm part of a team here, right? And so I spent about 2 or 3 days ago, I spent almost the entire day just kind of tweaking and going through some settings. And oh, wait, when I go, tss, 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 it spikes the frequency and the graph for the EQ. And then I had to get a special compressor called a de-esser. And then you got to like focus the range and then find where your peaks are. No two people's voices are the same, so my settings could be terrible for you. And anyhow, so I did that, did a bunch of batch recordings, would listen back to myself, and I was like, oh my God, I think I actually like what I'm hearing. I actually am okay with my voice for once when I'm saying those. And a lot of it is your teeth, too. Your teeth placement, the angle of your teeth, how you speak. So I try to be a little bit more conscious of when I say S words or ch, or silence or shush, or do you know what I mean? Or church, ch, those kind. Anyways, so that's what I've been going on about for a while. Thank you. I can't notice them much, but I'll rewatch an old stream and see if I can. Yeah, I mean, it was, oh, actually, I might even be able to do it now. I might be able to do this right now. I'm almost confident I could do it right now. Because like I said, I didn't want to stream for too long. I do have some stuff I want to do, but I kind of wanted to just come hang out for a bit. I wanted to test out this because I got Microsoft. Okay, so the big thing I wanted to do, sorry, I'm kind of going all over the place here. I have been going through a thing, like I said, where I haven't been content with the performance of my live streams, and I felt like I needed to focus on what's actually working. And what's working is my YouTube channel as a whole. And I felt like I kind of had to reinvent or do a few different things and kind of focus, try to narrow a little bit more what it is I want to do, at least on the live stream aspect and maybe the recording aspect, to try to add something extra to my channel. And that's maybe focusing, like I mentioned earlier, excuse me, in case you weren't here, on simulator-like games. So I do want to be known more for like Skater XL, American Truck Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Even though I don't own the game, it's on Game Pass for $1 for 90 days. I figured, what the hell? Those kinds of games that are very dynamic, sports games, games that have a lot of replayability. American Truck Simulator, I mean, you could just drive forever. Flight Simulator, you just pick a plane and just fucking fly in the middle of the air, and that's it. Very boring for some, very relaxing for me. I've never been much of a Call of Duty streamer kind of guy. I've done it a lot. I tried it, but I didn't enjoy it. That's the thing. It might have been the more popular thing to do. It might have gotten me... Actually, no, it didn't. It didn't get me any extra views. I just didn't enjoy it. I enjoy Call of Duty on my own when you fuckers aren't around, no offense. When I'm on my own, no distractions, no recording, nothing, no streaming, Call of Duty. But on a stream, I can't do it. Just a reminder, anyone who plays Valhalla. Oh, nice. Early July. Yeah, man, no worries. Even if you stream once or twice a month. Yeah. Since the skills they showed in the reveal. Right. I don't know if this is going to screw up my microphone. It might. Let me just see. Hold on. I've done this before, and it muted my mic, so bear with me. I'm warning you ahead of time. If it mutes my mic, I'll know, and I'll be back in a second. Did it mute it now? It shouldn't, because it's telling me that it's on. But I just want to do a check. You guys can still hear me? Just to be 100% sure. Okay, check this out. So this is my de-esser. So check when I say sibilant words. Check when I say sibilant words. See how much see how much more piercing that is right now? when I say sibilant words because I turned it off. And as soon as I turn it back on, say sibilant words. See how the S's in the like church, it's not as piercing. Could you notice the difference? Honestly? Like, were you able to tell the difference when I turned off the de-esser? Could you tell that those sounds were less piercing? Yeah, so it's called a de-esser. And they're incredibly expensive. So I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, there, I can do it, and it didn't mute my microphone. So there's the difference. So as I'm talking right now, you could see all those spikes, and then there's red and stuff. Now, I'm not saying you guys aren't smart. I'm just saying I'm not smart. I know what it's doing, but I don't want to get too technical. But you could see it happening in real time. Every time there's a spike, threshold, the range, the fucking hertz. Is it a wideband? Am I doing a split band? Am I fucking oversampling? Should I do a single vocal or an all around? What's my look ahead? Should I do a stereo link? Well, you know, there's a lot to this shit, and this is a professional program. And anyhow, you just saw it. I was going to say with your own eyes, but if it's a figure of speech, you could hear it with your own ears, the difference. It's not perfect. I could probably do it a little bit better, but that's the kind of shit that I've been working on. I take this crap very fucking seriously, as you could tell. Yeah. So that's called a de-esser. Then I also have a limiter. So that if I get excited and I have a PewDiePie moment and I'm like, I'm PewDiePie, bitch. Did that break your eardrums? Honestly, when I just freaked out there for a second, did your ears go, ugh? Or was the volume about the same, but you could hear that I was screaming? If that makes any sense? Like you could hear the enthusiasm in my voice, but if all went well, it shouldn't have actually increased in volume. It's all magic, man. It's another thing called a limiter. It knows when you're about to go over your regular volume, and what it does is it puts like a ceiling so that you never go past it, but you'll still hear the screaming, right? You'll hear the screaming. Oh, hello. Rare's PvP. How's it going? Anyways, I know I'm just rambling, but I just wanted to show you what I've been up to lately. So that allows me to be able to go, oh my God, what the fuck was that? But without you going, so that your ears don't bleed. It's called a limiter. So there's a lot of research that has to go into this. Should I do -6, +10, -3? All that kind of shit. Right. That's what a limiter is. A lot of these big YouTubers, I know I'm sounding like, ooh, look at me, but I'm proud of the effort that I put in. Even though I'm not necessarily performing well on YouTube, I'm very proud that I researched this shit. I invest some money in quality hardware and software so that it could be the best listening experience, at least, if that makes any sense. That way, if there's 2 people in the stream, 2,000, the quality should still be the same. And I feel like, and I get angry with some people that are incredibly successful and they don't take that extra time to do those things. I'm not going to name any names, but there's some good people out there. They're incredibly successful. They're making what I make in a month in a day or half a day, but they don't take those extra steps. And when I listen to them, it's like, dude, have you ever heard of a de-esser? You've been at this shit for fucking 10 years. You're making $150,000 a month. Can you invest $100 in a proper fucking equalizer, a de-esser, maybe a limiter, because you scream all the time, and it literally like distorts in my ears, and I'm like, God damn, dude. It really doesn't take that much to do it. I mean, the limiter is free. It's fucking free. You could yell all you want and you'll never go above that ceiling. Anyways, so those are some of those extra things I've been working on. And by not getting distracted by the live streams, I've just kind of been able to work on those things because I want to try to take it to the next level. Yeah, so it makes a big difference. Plus, I'm not really known for one to scream, but I don't want to feel like I have to hold back or move back if I want to scream, you know? So that feels good. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing. The new chair seems to be working. It's just kind of like a rocking chair. It's really nothing fancy. It's just like a little rocker. If you looked at it you'd just be like, really? What the fuck is this? But so far, I've had it for about 4 days. It's still a little bit like, but not nearly as bad as my office chair that was regularly $300 that I got 50% off. So I'm more comfortable in my seat. I've got that de-esser. I've already talked about it. The limiter I always had, but I tweaked it a little bit. So we'll see. Like I said, I still have to come up with a theme, because when I do look at channels that are even smaller than me that are getting a lot more views than I am, there's one common thing that everybody has together that I don't have. I'm over here and everybody else is grouped over here, and I'm over here. I need to be over here but still be unique. But what they all have in common is they're all doing the same shit. They're all consistent, but they're always doing the same thing. Either they're always playing the same one or two games. There's one guy who's only got 1,000 subscribers, and he's got almost as many views as I do per month. And I've got 16 times the amount of subscribers he does. And all he does is, this game sucks. Final Fantasy sucks. Red Dead Redemption sucks. MLB The Show sucks. Horizon Zero Dawn sucks. And then he'll just kind of like rant about some stupid shit as to why it sucks. There's no camera, there's no lighting. You can hear his fan in the background. There's no noise gate. Terrible quality. But he's making the money. Guy's getting a lot of views. The main thing is he's consistent. He's got one theme going on, right? So the people that do watch him, that subscribe to him, they know what they're going to get when they come back and he puts up an upload. With me, it's a Kinder surprise. You never know what the fuck I'm going to do. Oh, what's he going to do now? Is he going to fly a plane? Is he going to ride a motorcycle? Is he going to run over prostitutes in Grand Theft Auto? Is he going to start planting crops in Farming Simulator? Where's this going? Right? The consistency is that I'm consistent, but my games aren't. They're all over the place. Then again, people that do game reviews, they're all over the place. They never talk about the same game twice. But that's consistent because they're doing a review. Whereas I'm kind of like a little bit sporadic all over the place. And the kind of shit that I do on my channel is usually what only works once you're very successful. So like people like Markiplier, they can get away with doing whatever the fuck they want because he's got millions of people so invested in him. Doesn't fucking matter what he does. He can talk about Black Lives Matter. He can talk about Pokemon. He could talk about World of Warcraft, or he can talk about how he dressed up as Pikachu and ran down the street screaming at people. Like, he can literally be all over the place, but it's fucking Markiplier, so he gets to do that. That's been kind of my mistake in a way. I've been treating my channel like I'm some big shot, just doing whatever the fuck I want, being all over the place, with very few people invested in me to begin with. That's usually not the way you want to do it. But I'm having fun. And that has to be the number one most important thing, is, are you enjoying what you're doing? Right? But yeah. Anyway, so I've been doing a lot of thinking and trying to narrow down my gameplays that I do on streams. I still want to cover new games that come out. So like Mario Golf came out a couple of days ago. If I would have had the money for that and bought it, I would have talked about it. Like, I still want to do that, right? If a new Forza Horizon comes out, right? I still want to talk about that. But for my average everyday uploads for gameplay, just to kind of have a little bit more filler content on my channel instead of just talking about random gaming news and updates, that's not really exciting to listen to. I want to stick to simulator games, like I said. Skater XL, things like The Sims, Farming Simulator, American Truck Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Get it? They're different games, but they're sort of kind of all within a theme. And so I might try to work a bit more on that, try to put out some more content on that. while still doing the other stuff. And just see how it goes. It's a numbers game. I think it might take a few more years, but I'm hoping in another 2 to 3 years, by the time I'm 46-ish, I'm kind of hoping to be where I was last year. Last year, I was on fire. I was averaging over 10,000 views a day. I was making $1,200-1,300 a month. I mean, I was making more than what I get on disability last year every month. If I can somehow recapture that 2020 glory, I've already done it once. Why can't I do it again, right? That's what I'm hoping. If I can do that, I'm really onto good shit. But yeah. How long have I been streaming for? Because I don't, unfortunately, have a lot of time. I say that a lot, but unfortunately, that's true. 45 minutes. I started off with some gameplay. I jumped right into Flight Sim because I wanted to see how the game performed. And like I said, it's $1 on Game Pass Ultimate for PC or Xbox. Although you can't play Flight Simulator on Xbox yet. But it's $1 for 90 days. Or at least it was a few days ago. So I wanted to try that out because I'm thinking of actually buying the game in the next couple of months. I got to be really wise with my money. But I'm thinking of buying it. And like I said, moving forward to kind of have that as part of my streams and my regular uploads. I may slow down streaming. I might not do it like every frickin' day like I've been doing for a year and a half. I'll just kind of wing it. Right? I know it helps to have a schedule to be consistent so people know when to expect you. So I'm thinking of, instead of like Monday to fucking Sunday every day, it's kind of maybe thinking of like every other day, like to start just cutting it down a little bit. But yeah, time is the biggest thing. Once I can manage my time a bit better, I might be able to resume to streaming a little bit more often. But yeah. So for whoever's left in here, how's everyone been, by the way? I don't know if there's even anybody left in here. I could be talking to myself for all I know right now. Oh, it says there's about 5 or 6 people in here. Yeah, other than that, I can't really think of anything else. Yeah, I've been doing that every day for the past couple of months, and I'm already on season 19, episode 8. Yeah. Yeah, I've been busy. Well, I've already gone on about that. Been pretty busy. Oh, wow. But I'm happy that this chair is helping me. I'm just tired of spending money, so hopefully this chair lasts and I don't have to go back to the other one. What I don't like is you could see the back of it. I kind of liked the other one. It was just me and my gold background. There was no other distractions. Now I feel like there is visual noise right there. Fucking hate that shit. That's why when I watch some people and there's like a bunch of crap in their background, it's like, ugh. I call it visual noise, and I feel like there's some right there, but I'm trying to have my OCD let go of it. You're on season 6 already? Damn, you're catching up. But yeah, I haven't really been playing WoW either. Too much of a time sink. I've been playing Final Fantasy. I was actually going to stream that a couple of weeks ago. Then I was like, nah, I'm not going to bother. It was one of those things where I'm still learning the game. And I didn't want to be sitting there in the stream trying to figure shit out while trying to carry on a conversation. So I was like, you know what? This is too much. Fuck it. And that's why I just jumped into Flight Simulator. It's pretty simple. You hit a button and then you play with your analog stick and you just keep, you do this. This is it. This is Flight Sim. That's it right there. That's what you do. You just keep your plane steady. There's no trees to hit. There's no pedestrians to look out for. There's nobody trying to throw a grenade at you. Unless you're flying over Syria. See what I did there? So it's a lot more mellow in that aspect for the stream. So that's why I did that. Yeah, Final Fantasy Online. Yeah, I've been playing that for a couple of weeks now. It's pretty cool. Yeah, this one. Final Fantasy XIV. This one. Oh, you play this game? Yeah, so I kind of quit WoW. And why does it never remember my login? That's annoying as shit. I don't know if I'm going to go in there. I was just kind of doing this really quick. I think. Hold on. If I can't even get into my own account, who the hell else is gonna? Ah, you fucking prick. Right. Okay, hold on a second. There we go. You know, it wasn't crazy. Yeah, so I'll just show you this super quick. 10 seconds, if that. And then I'm going to end the stream because I got some other stuff I want to do. So I bought the game, the expansion. I rebought the game. I used to have it on Steam. I don't want the game on Steam anymore, so I decided to buy the Windows, or yeah, just a plain Windows version of it. And yeah, and I got this Road to 70 thing. It'll last until mid-September. One character can be all classes, so if you want to be a mage, a paladin, a warrior, whatever the fuck you want, one thing does it all. Hey, how's it going, horse cow? What font do I use? I change it all the time, actually. I never use the same one, but I think Arial is one I've been using for a while. Like the actual font, or the color. Because I designed my own font, and it took me an incredibly long time to do. Well, not the actual font itself, but the color. So, again, what I really like about this game, really, really quick, is that it runs at 60 FPS, max graphics. I can fly on a fucking bird. Like, how cool is that? I'm flying on a chicken. Like, come on. That just sold me right there. What makes this game great compared to World of Warcraft, a game that I've been playing religiously for 17 years for over 130,000 hours. I could feed my bird, my mount, and my mount will fucking heal for me, attack for me, tank for me, follow, and fight, will die for me. Can't do that in World of Warcraft. And he looks cool. And then I can summon another one. He's like a mech warrior chicken. And he sounds all like futuristic and shit. And it's just really badass. Now you can do this in WoW. But the biggest thing that you can do in this game that you can't do in WoW is this. So right now I'm a black mage. Right now I feel like being a gladiator. And bam, just like that. I'm now a gladiator. A shield, a sword, I'm all equipped, different skills, everything, giddy up. And we're ready to rock. All in one character. I don't have to keep re-rolling different characters. So this guy's a level 13. But if I want to go and be my level 33 black mage, bam, I just go back to him. And that's it. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Oh, and when you cast a spell, you actually use your staff. It doesn't just stay there glued on your fucking back. See how I actually pulled my staff and shot it up? Yeah, you don't do that in World of Warcraft, do you? No, you don't. So, this is what I've been doing with my MMO time, is playing this game. But this game is $20 a month, like World of Warcraft. And so I'm still trying to get into it pretty heavy. I got that extra buff, like I said, to level 70. trying to get up there as quick as I can before September so I can figure out long term if this is a game I want to stick with or if I want to maybe just play Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 doesn't perform nearly as well, but again, this is full 60 FPS without a single frame drop, even when there's a shit ton of people around. So that's a huge bonus, and the game just looks great as well. He never got back to me. Horse Cow, if you're still in here, did that answer your question at all? Did you want me to show you how I do my thumbnail? Trying to show you an area that's not dark. Yeah. Yeah, so this is just a great game. And yes, there is a monthly fee, $20. The other thing that's cool about Final Fantasy compared to WoW is there's just people everywhere. You can't go any... Look at that. Person right there. People there. Like, there's just shit going on. Random events going on everywhere. Then when you want to partake in it, your level sync. Boom. How you doing there? What's shaking? Look at those big crabs. Wow. Talk about all-you-can-eat buffet. Cancer, I'd say. Level 32 cancer. I know of stage 4 cancer, but 32. That's something else. Anyways, this game is badass. There's no debate there. It's not up for a debate. It's a great game. However, Guild Wars 2 is also a great game, and it's free, and there's no monthly fees. But the game is horribly optimized, and I can only run the game at 30 FPS. But you don't have to pay every month. But this game has it all, man. Like, literally, look at this shit again. Do I want to be a black mage? Do I want to be a pugilist? Do I want to be a gladiator, a conjurer, botanist, an arcanist? A miner, or there's my arcanist, that's an archer, rather, a marauder, a rogue. 11 classes in one. I just click a button. Giddy up. Let's have at it. Do that in World of Warcraft and see what happens. You won't have enough time in this lifetime or your great-grandkids' time to make it to the end. So this makes it a lot more appealing. The world is just banging with people. Kind of like World of Warcraft Classic. When I said World of Warcraft is dead, I was talking about retail. But Classic is a grind like it's disgusting. Oh, are you? What server do you play on? He's logging on, so I figured I should hop off before he gets excited. I'm just kidding. But Guild Wars 2 is a game that's dear to my heart as well. Very, very important game for me. A lot of people don't know this, but the first Guild Wars came like only 6 or 7 months after the very first World of Warcraft ever released in 2004. So WoW came out in 2004, in November of 2004, and this bitch came out in April of 2005 for Guild Wars 1. So Guild Wars as a franchise has been around for pretty much as long as World of Warcraft. But as you can see here, I've got multiple different characters, so you can't play them all on one. However, this game has the least amount of grind. So even though I have 14 characters, it's really not that difficult to get them up there. And the cool thing about this game is there is no grind. It's all about aesthetics. Oh, okay. So I haven't upgraded my gear in about 3 or 4 years. And guess what? I don't need to. It's all about the looks. Like, see how I look all flashy? You can't look like that in World of Warcraft. You can't look like that in Final Fantasy. And this shit is free.
Arise, my brainless. Arise.
Arise, my brainless. Feast on the brains, my minions. So this is Guild Wars 2. And I can fly. Not quite like World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy. It's more of a jumping mechanic, and then you kind of glide. So for a lot of people, they'll be like, haha, that's so corny. But this is an incredible game. It looks beautiful. It's just, the map is so much easier to understand. Fuck Final Fantasies. Hello, Dark. Final Fantasy's map is a piece of shit. That's not up for debate. Look at this. I would almost go back into it, but I'm not going to. So Final Fantasy, you'll have a map like this. Like, you'll have, like, Tyria. You would have, like, this right here. Right? And then you'd have, like, some bullshit on your map. And then you would click on, like, the other zone, and then it would, like, bring you there. And then you would, like, zoom out. That's as far as you could zoom out. You would have to click here to be able to see the map there. It's all fragmented. Whereas Guild Wars, there it is. That's it. That's the whole game. Just one fucking map. Zoom out, that's the whole map. Find your spot, zoom into it, and then fast travel to it. Doesn't get any simpler than that. Final Fantasy has to have the absolute worst map of any game I've ever played. I'm convinced someone who survived an abortion is the one who engineered the map in Final Fantasy. But the rest of the game is amazing. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing with this game. Is just kind of pissing around. There's no grind in this game, essentially. Leveling up is fast, and your armor practically doesn't matter because it's all about skill in this game. And you only have like 5 skills, and then these are like extra skills that you have that you could change. These skills here, there's only 5. That's based on your weapon, but you can also change your weapon, and then all of a sudden you have completely different skills. So now I'm a ranged caster. Now I'm melee, and you can do that on a whim. So it kind of feels like you're playing 2 characters. So that's pretty cool. Again, the mounts can be a little bit underwhelming. You can dye your mount. I have it so that my mount is the same color as me, because that's original. And there you have it. I kind of run out of stamina. I can't really fly too long at all. So it looks a little bit pathetic, but you can move around a lot faster. So this is another game that I enjoy a lot. Again, very smooth, but at 30 FPS. There's no way I could do this shit at 60. I don't have the computer for this, but look at the game, though. And I don't even have the graphics on the highest setting. Anyways, I'm just kind of showing you really cool. Really cool. I read your thing that says this is cool. So I said this is, Anyways, I can't even think. I just wanted to show you some combat really quick. This game, too, you can't go anywhere without running into people. Look at that. There's just people everywhere. Everywhere. People. They're just everywhere. It's like Final Fantasy in that regards. So this is what it looks like when you're fighting. Wow. Can you at least try to put up a fight? Like, it's very, very flashy, can you tell? Didn't ask you to join there.
Wrong choice.
Right, so that's melee. But again, on one character, and I can glide too. I can also do this from ranged. See? Killed him from range. So this game is really cool. This is a game I usually recommend to people. Why? Because you pay for it once and that's it. Whoops. I don't even know how to look at my inventory. This is the same gear I've had on my character for the past half decade. There is no weapon that's much higher than 1048. Because again, this game is a completely unique approach. It's not about item level. You could buy the best gear on the auction house for pennies, for next to no grind whatsoever. This is about the community. It's about your skills, like how skillful are you with your character. And it's about being flashy. Like transmog and stuff like that, it's all about showing off like how fancy your character looks. Like that weapon skin, I don't actually have that weapon. I bought the skin for that weapon. Right? My weapon looks like a broomstick. So anyways, this is another game that I very much enjoy playing. Can't run it, like I said, past 30 FPS. It dips a little bit here and there. This thing is more strenuous than fucking Microsoft Flight Simulator. But it's a lot of fun. Like, I mean, I can't tell you. Like, look at that. There's just people everywhere. And you always scale to the zone. So everything's always a bit of a challenge. But if you have good gear and you are over-leveled, you'll always be at the maximum range of that zone, +5 or something like that. So you're always like a little bit stronger. But if you're not careful, you can still get your ass kicked. So sometimes I just kind of enjoy roaming around like this. You can kind of fly around for a little bit if you jump off a mountain, as you could see. It's not quite World of Warcraft again, like I said, but it's pretty cool. I don't know if there is something else I could show you without... Well, that's what my character's supposed to look like, by the way. Like, before transmogging and dying and all that, that's like what my actual character looks like. That armor. But as you could tell, I look incredibly different. Like, I mean, yeah. So that's what this game's about. So this is a lot more accessible, a lot more approachable, a lot less time-consuming than probably any other MMO in history. I would have to vouch and say this is probably the single best game in the world from the perspective of that. No monthly fee. Active community. And it's actually a good game. And there's no grind. Like I said, again, I have not replaced my weapons in over half a decade. None of my gear. It's all over 5 years old. Try doing that in any other MMO and see how well you fare. Exactly. So it's hard not to recommend this game. So again, I was just kind of showing you what I've been kind of doing lately. All this kind of shit. I'm surprised it actually ran pretty good on the stream too. But yeah. Blues, if you're still in here, have you ever seen Guild Wars 2 before? Or played it? I killed the stream. There's almost 10 people in here. We're down to 4. Anyways, you know where to reach me. I still upload all the time. I'm on Twitter. If people want to reach out, say hello or whatever. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go for now. I might be back tomorrow. I don't want to get too excited. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff I got to think about. Trying to find a theme that I can do for my channel of something I can do that's always the same, always the same. And then for the few people that like it, hopefully they'll subscribe and then they'll come back and keep watching the same stuff that I keep doing. Like that American Truck Simulator series, I really want to get into that heavy. Same thing with Flight Simulator. It seemed to be running pretty good from what you saw. I really want to get into that. But I still want to do all the other stuff. I still want to talk about important games and their updates when they come out and I can afford it. I still want to buy the games. I still want to stream them. I still want to upload stuff on them, share with people my experience, what you can do, what you can't do to kind of help decide whether or not maybe the game could be for you. That's never going to change. What's going to change is me being so sporadic in my streams, I think. I don't think I'm going to be doing Call of Duties much more or World of Warcrafts or anything like that. I'm not saying I would never do like Guild Wars or Final Fantasy, but probably not anytime soon. Kind of want to focus on those other games, try to find my niche. I find some of the more successful channels, again, they tend to only cover a couple of games when they're playing. Unless you're the Rad Brad, but again, he didn't start that way either, where he just picks any game, uploads 20 videos on them, gets over 15 million views per series. He didn't start off that way either, so. But yeah. All right, I think Blues is gone. He can let me know later on Twitter whether or not he's ever played or seen Guild Wars 2 and what he thought of it. So yeah. Thanks for stopping by. It's been nice to come back for a bit. Like I said, it's been a nice break, though. And, like I said, maybe I'll be back depending on how things are, maybe tomorrow, if not Wednesday, and maybe Friday. I want to try to come up with maybe a different schedule. I'm not saying that's going to help my streams. They're not. I don't think there's anything I can do that's going to help them, but just keep doing it. Like Colonel Sanders, and see what happens from there. I think in the end, what I want to admit, which I was never shy of, is I don't want to waste too much time streaming, to be perfectly honest. I don't want to do it too much to get next to nothing in return, and that time is taken away from moments that I could be working on my channel to try to actually improve it, in the area that I actually get paid. That's the honest to God truth, but I've always been honest about that right from the get-go. That has to, unfortunately, take priority. The streams is more for me to just kind of lay back and relax, right? Knowing that I'm not going to get much in return apart from having fun. Yeah, I think everybody's gone. All right. Thanks for stopping by if you're still in here. And maybe I'll be back either tomorrow, if not, maybe Friday, usual time between 5 and 6. And we'll go from there. Probably play some American Truck Simulator, maybe some more Flight Sim, that kind of shit, and go from there. All right. Take it easy, and maybe I'll see some of you next time.